It's Real Estate YouTube Mastermind, and I posted in there asking folks if they had any questions that we could answer on our show today. And we got this question from Mark. He says, I need some ideas for small spaces. I have this light now, but I think it's too big and bright, and I need to add some other things too. And I talked to him a little bit in the comment section here. And so he's got a GoPro that he's using as his camera. And he's got this one softbox light. It only has one light in there. It's not adjustable. So what tips do you have for people who are trying to operate in kind of a small space like this? They don't have a whole lot of room.
This is exactly like, I'm going to actually show you my camera. This is a small space. Literally, it's this wide. Whoop. Like, it's not wide at all. Like, it's like a 4-foot space. I have two lights, and you may think it's too bright, but if you have another light on the other side of you, it will even out that light that you have coming in from your GoPro. I would suggest, because your audio in that room is going to sound echoey, even though it's a small room. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see this, but you can see my boom mic.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. If you don't have one of these little the little DJI Go clips or a lapel mic, just go ahead and get yourself one of these boom arms. They're very cheap. I think this is like $13, maybe even $11 on Amazon to hold your mic into the boom. Yeah. And I do everything in this little room, and I have almost the identical background. I mean, he's got the little wood planks behind him. I have wood planks behind me. Yeah,
I think it's totally possible. I used to have my studio in a little background, and what I did is I sat in the corner, and then I pointed my camera at the corner of the room. And I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do that as well. And I think that worked pretty well. Now I've got a little bit of a bigger studio, and I've got a good bit of space between me and the background. And I do that so that my camera can get that shallow depth of field and can blur all of this, which gives it a little bit, just a little bit of a richer feeling, more natural feeling. Yeah. So having space, it's definitely helpful, but you can absolutely shoot in a small space. Another thing I don't know what your audio sounds like, but that's very important on YouTube. People accept poor lighting and poor camera equipment, but they won't accept bad audio. So one thing you can do is just put stuff in your room. So when those audio sounds hit them, they don't necessarily bounce back. They kind of scatter or they get absorbed. And you can also buy some foam dampening panels like this.
And I have them in my office too. See?
Yeah, there we go. And I recommend at least getting the 2-inch ones. And I actually have a video on this on my YouTube channel, YouTube Lead Gen for Real Estate Agents, showing the difference of my studio when I had them and I didn't have them. And without them, you could definitely hear an echo with every single word that I sound. Is very, very distracting. Another thing you can do is you have some nice thick curtains in your room as well. Or you can, if you have hardwood floors, you can put carpet down, and that'll absorb a lot of those sound waves as well.
Yeah. If you're going to do voiceover, the best place to do your voiceover is to go into your master closet. Yeah. Because there's clothes all the way around there. Every time I do a voiceover, that's what I do is I go into my master closet. I set it up on the little shelf in there, and I just read from my script, So yeah, that's a fantastic place. Everybody's like, how do you do your audio? I'm like, I actually record it on my cell phone. But because it's in my closet, you can't tell. You can't tell the difference.
I'll have to give that a try. I've also seen people buy these sound dampening blankets. They're pretty much just thick blankets, and they literally just throw them over their head, and it's just them and a microphone and a big blanket. So there's zero echo in there at all. And they'll do that if they're trying to do a voiceover. And so he's shooting with a GoPro, which is fine. I started YouTube with a GoPro, and you can do some it does okay thing for the GoPros. You do some great quality with that. I don't know if you can manually adjust the aperture and shutter speed and all that stuff to bright light.
Okay, so here's the deal. I want to say something, because as many videos as I've done and everything else, I don't know any of that crap. I don't understand it, and I don't know any of it, and everything on my computer on this is automatic. Yeah. And I was embarrassed to even say it, because I'm at Vid Summit and I'm meeting these big YouTubers, and I was talking to this guy who has millions of subscribers and beautiful editing work. And he says, I record everything on automatic. He's like, I don't understand that stuff either. He's like, I just know how to create pretty videos. I'm like, wow. Can we see your pull up of your lighting setup? Oh, this is just it. That's just those same lights that other guy had.
Yeah, you got the two soft boxes, and I'll show you what mine looks like. But I totally agree that content quality is more important than production quality. I can have all the fancy lighting and shallow depth of field and all that stuff, but if my content isn't as good, it's just not going to perform. So what I've got in my setup, my office is a complete mess, but I've got one soft box. That's my primary light. And then I got this little light right here, which is just kind of hitting me a little bit on the side, give me a little bit of a highlight here. And then I got a softbox on the ground that casts a light on my background. And then a couple of these Edison lights up here. And I got a couple of little small lights back here that have a little remote control for them just to kind of spice up the background. And that's kind of what my lighting setup is.
I'm always playing around with the lighting. Always playing around with the lighting.
Yeah.
I don't like, sometimes I like it for the wall to be lit up. Sometimes I don't. My next video, I don't know if I'm still playing. I'm always playing because it depends on this window too, because I have a window in here. And so sometimes when I'm filming at night, I have to light up the wall because it looks really strange in here. It makes me look like I have jaundice. But then other times, I like try to block off that light because I just, whatever. You have to really, every time I light up this room, it's always a little different.
Yeah. And so a lot of people just use window light as their primary light, and that totally works. If I'm ever doing, a lot of times I'm doing a live stream, I'll just find a window to have right here and just stand in front of that. The challenge with that, though, is if you're filming a video, let's say the clouds move, the lighting is going to change. And then when you're editing that video later on, you're editing shots that have different lighting in them. And it's just a little, I don't know, it drives me crazy. It's a little annoying to me that the lighting keeps changing in a shot. And so I actually try to have no natural light in my little studio. And then that way I can control all the light that I use.
If I could do it that way, I would. I really would, but I'm not covering up a window. I like it open sometimes to let the fresh air.
Well, I mean, buy some curtains. That would help with your sound dampening as well. And buy some nice thick curtains. I mean, you don't have an echo or anything, but that's partially why I bought the curtains.
Well, I don't have an echo because I literally have this microphone like 2 inches from my face. This is one of those podcasters that are supposed to like get out that echo noise. But I can have, like, if I have this set out, this camera, and if I want to stand back here, there is an echo, especially with the shotgun mic. So that's why I got that. I got that Go.
Okay, get it closer to you.
Right, because this just clips inside your shirt. Yeah. And it's less intrusive than that.
Oh, it's on the inside. It's not on the outside.
You can do either way. Gotcha. You can do either way. So if you wanted the lapel mic, you could have it on the outside of your pocket, so that way you could draw the string up through your shirt and you can have the little lapel mic. But when I was testing it, I don't know. I have this deity mic and it's literally, I don't know why people say like that lapel mic is terrible from deity. It's terrible. But I got the Sennheiser that's coming in. And then I'm going to try that. But this right here sounds really nice. I mean, it really, like I tested it last night. I was doing a little testing of it. You can actually even hook your shotgun mic to make it a boom mic into this. So that way you could move that boom all the way back.